wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life.
Hi friends! Welcome to today's video! I'm excited about this one. This one, of course, has to do with the Johnny Depp trial. If you're new here, my name's Jordan, and you're watching Criminal Crafting, where we talk about all things true crime, missing persons, court cases, whatever you can think we talk about. I've been struggling with Amber Heard's sister Whitney's testimony, but as I was doing research on the case and kind of looking into things that other people were saying, I came across a declaration from one of Whitney's friends, who was her former boss. Her name is Jennifer Howell, and I'll be looking down at my computer a little bit because I want to be able to read this to you guys, and I will put it up here so that you guys can see it as well as I'm reading it. But it's basically a declaration from Jennifer talking about the things that Whitney told her. I don't know if it's going to come up in court or not. It may be something that the judge is not going to allow in, but I'm really hoping that it's brought up because it's very telling of what's really happened. So I want to get into it and start reading it, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Okay, let's get going. So, declaration of Jennifer Howell. So it says, I, Jennifer Howell, declare as follows. I'm over the age of 18 and a party to this action. I have first-hand personal knowledge of the facts set forth below, and if called as a witness, could competently testify thereto. So she's basically saying she's old enough and she's willing to testify. 2 says, Whitney Henriquez, whose maiden name was Whitney Heard, is my dear friend. She has told me that I am her chosen sister. I also call her my chosen sister. Whitney worked for me at a nonprofit organization that I founded 22 years ago and run called the Art of Elysium. We take artists and help them be of service to communities in need. We serve over 30,000 individuals in need each year. Whitney volunteered for the organization in 2014 for about 6 months. And she worked full-time as a paid employee for me in 2015 to 2016, where Whitney served as art salon manager director. So the 4th thing says, I've learned that Whitney testified in court July 23rd in London about a violent incident in March 2015 on the stairs at Johnny Depp's penthouse. So that was the situation I was talking about, that I felt like all the stories were so different. So hearing her side of what Whitney told her, she testified that Johnny supposedly hit Amber and Whitney on the stairs at Johnny's downtown penthouses. Then Whitney said she had to go live with her employer, where she had to sleep on their floor. I am that employer, you guys. This is not what I was told to be true. First, Whitney came to live in the guest room of my apartment on Wilshire Boulevard, not on my floor, but in my guest room. Second, when Whitney arrived, she was a mess. Whitney told me she tried to stop her sister Amber from hitting and attacking Johnny on the stairs. You guys, I'm just, oh, this is like, it needs to come in. The jury needs to hear this. Like, it needs to come into court. What are we waiting for? Okay. Whitney said when she tried to intervene to stop Amber from going after Johnny, Amber nearly pushed Whitney down the stairs. Really, guys? Really? It's a complete opposite. And this is what I've said from the beginning, that I felt like Amber has taken Johnny's stories and turned them into her own stories. That all this whole time, Johnny's been the one that's been abused, and these are his abuse stories that Amber is changing into her own stories. And this is all alleged, but it makes me angry. Whitney said when she tried to intervene to stop Amber from going after Johnny, Amber nearly pushed Whitney down the stairs. She told me she was worried Amber was going to kill Johnny. She told me she had endured that kind of abuse her entire life. First from her father and then from Amber, who she said was extremely violent. And we've heard things. We've heard Whitney. We've heard Whitney say that Amber's been to her. We've heard her. She testified. She lived with me because she did not feel she could go back to live at the Eastern Columbia building. My father reminded me this morning that I told him that Whitney had moved in with me because she was terrified of her sister. Guys, if that's not telling, I don't know what is. She's terrified to live with her sister. Do you think maybe she's terrified to tell the truth for fear of what her sister would do to her? If she's that violent, I can see Whitney lying for that reason. When Whitney was living with me, she told me Johnny kept checking in to see how she was doing and that he called her sis and she called him brother. Whitney said to me on multiple occasions that she did not know why he was staying in the relationship nor why he was putting up with Amber's abuse. Whitney shared with me the damage endured by both her and Amber as children and the injuries she had suffered from Amber both psychologically and physically. Whitney was devastated during this time, and my heart broke for her. When Whitney came back from New York, I believe it was from Tribeca Film Festival, the Adderall Diaries premiere, or both, she shared with me and everyone in the office that Amber freaked out, attacked Whitney, and threw a wine glass full of red wine at her in the elevator. While Amber and Johnny were in Australia, Whitney was in the office sitting in the black and white chairs near the kitchen and loudly proclaimed, "Oh my God, she has done it now. She has cut off his finger." I knew Paige heard, Amber and Whitney's mother. Paige shared with me while I was visiting Whitney that Elon Musk had gifted a Tesla or multiple Teslas, not sure if it was one or more, but Amber found out that they were bugged. Paige told me that Amber said Elon was controlling and that she was in a legal battle with him over the rights to embryos that they had created together. He wanted to destroy them, and Amber tried to keep them to have a baby. Paige told me that Johnny was either an angel or a saint compared to Elon. And she wished that Amber and Johnny would reconcile. Paige also told me the reason Johnny and Amber broke up was because Amber was violent and emotional and loved Johnny so much that she could not control it. If you love someone that much, you'd figure out how to control it. I was indeed taken aback because this conversation occurred after the divorce and when Hunter was only a few months old and I was at Whitney's house. I believe Hunter is Whitney's son. Whitney told me that Amber and Johnny were still in touch and that they were each other's true loves or something to that exact sentiment. Whitney was still going through the emotions of having had a baby and all of those ups and downs, and I could not believe that Amber and Johnny's relationship was being discussed while Whitney was the one who needed to be the focal point and needed our support. When Amber got into legal trouble regarding smuggling the dogs into Australia, she asked me to write her a character reference about her charity work, and I did so. We had given her a humanitarian award. She volunteered with the charity and attended events for the charity. I am still grateful for that. I knew nothing about her personal life behind closed door until I became close with Whitney. When Amber was in trouble with the Australia authorities, she asked me to write a character letter in support of her, which I did. I wrote on behalf of Amber for her volunteering with the charity. Later, when Amber and Johnny were divorcing, $7 million of the proceeds was supposed to go to charity. I learned that none of it would be directed to the art of Elysium, which Amber had been closely associated with for years. Instead, I understood it would all go to ACLU and LA Children's Hospital. I asked Amber's publicist why, when she and Amber had been so eager to use our name in the press during the divorce, and when the funds would mean so much to a small organization like ours, would Amber direct all the money to these other two huge charities that she had not been associated with? Amber's publicist told me that they were more prominent charities with a more significant press reach and got international press. Then, months later, a $250,000 donation came into our organization, an anonymous donor on behalf of Amber Heard. The funds did not come from Amber. I believe this donation was from Elon. You guys, that breaks my heart. Like, to have helped her in a dire situation and tried to make her look better in the press, to then not donate to them and donate to other higher, bigger charities is going to give you more press reach into international press, just screams a PR stunt. Just trying to get her as good as they can so that she can win the case, which she did. She won in the UK. Years later, on July 24th, 2020, I received 2 subpoenas from Johnny's attorney after Whitney testified about sleeping on my floor following the stairs incident. The following day, I spoke with Johnny's attorney, Adam Waldman, for the first time. I told him the stories of my experiences with Whitney, Paige, and Amber Heard, and he asked me to give this declaration. I shared the names of the Art of Elysium's staff who worked during the same time as Whitney, who also heard these things and more, and willingly gave access to my emails, texts to confirm dates and timeline of all stated. Executed this 26th of July 2020 in Los Angeles, California. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the United States of America and Commonwealth of Virginia that the foregoing is true and correct. You guys! You gotta read through that a couple more times. This has to be brought into court. Because to hear that Whitney went and talked to all of her co-workers about what really was happening is huge. It's huge. And it proves that Amber is lying. And you guys, this is all my opinion, things that I read that are alleged. So definitely do research for yourself to be able to come to a conclusion on what you believe. But I just hope, for Johnny's sake, that this gets brought up. Anyways, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for listening to me and being here. I appreciate you all so freaking much. This case has been a roller coaster of emotions, and if you've been like me, you've been glued to the case for the last how many weeks. I get up and I'm straight on the case listening to it, doing things for the kids, listening to the case as I'm doing it, driving to carpool, listening to it as I'm driving to carpool. It's just been too intriguing to hear what everybody has to say, but it's been fun. After it's over, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I definitely will cover other cases and get back to my crafting that I haven't done as much. But I hope that you enjoyed being here today, and comment down below, subscribe, give me a like, thumbs up, and we'll see you soon.
Trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep.